That's right, left of center. That's how I feel, with a little congestion to go with it. It's all good though.
Well, there's our emergency brake cable. Right there's where it splits off, and the top one goes over to the passenger side, and that bottom one there comes over here to the left or driver's side. That's the one that's froze up. It pulled out, but it didn't retract. So now we're going to jack this up and see what we can do about that. Yep. Right there is where the cable goes into the bottom of the backing plate. As you can see, the adjuster screw cover is missing. So we may have gotten some contamination up in there over the years, depending on how long that rubber cap's been missing. Our return spring inside the brake housing might not be pulling that cable back the way it should. Hopefully that's it, or we'll just have to replace that cable. We got the cordless drill with a spade bit in it. We're going to run that jack up until it bottoms out on that axle tube. Then we'll use that rod assembly over there to actually lift the vehicle up. So let's get started with that. Well, let's see how good this drill works on a lighter vehicle. About the same. So let's take this wheel off, shall we? Wow, I didn't realize I still had it in me. Well, what we did was we got in there behind that drum. Got in there behind that drum and that backing plate where that opening was that the rubber grommet was missing. Got us a small screwdriver to push in on the adjuster arm and a larger screwdriver to loosen that adjuster to bring the shoes together so we could get the drum off. Since that cable had brought the shoes out, we reversed that by loosening that adjuster screw to bring the shoes back in. That allowed us to get the drum loose. So we're going to take that off and see what we got in there now. Smoking. Yep. Like we just had a hot shoe. Yeah, somebody's been in here. They replaced the brake springs, the keepers, adjusters. I think they've got something in here cobbed up. Emergency brake cable has any movement, so we're going to have to disassemble this brake assembly and see what's going on with our cable in there. So that's what we're going to do next. Well, we got it all apart. There's the parts for the rear shoe. There's the parts for the front shoe with the drum, the tools we used, and that cable is definitely seized up. So I think instead of fighting and trying to free it up,
Let's see if I can't get a new one, just replace it. Well, I have to say I'm feeling a bit left of center. As you can see, I've got the brake shoes reassembled back on here. Last night I got in here and reinstalled the parking brake cable. There's the new one right there. Runs over. Couples with the passenger side one right there with that clip. Goes down in behind the leaf spring system there and down into the bottom of the backing plate. Then it connects via an arm to the back shoe at the bottom over here. Now the reason I went ahead and put all this together without sharing that with you guys is that Whitey, our F-150, is currently camped out at the post office parking lot with a bad fuel pump. I did manage to get one turn away from the parking lot this afternoon on my way to work before the fuel pump let go. And I gave a shout out to one of my co-workers who I know usually carries such things as tow straps and whatever with him in his pickup truck. And sure enough, he had one. And he came out and we hooked up the two trucks, and he pulled me on into the post office's parking lot there where I was able to leave Whitey in a safe place. So since Whitey's out of commission, I put a rush job on old Red here. As you can see, I've got it all back together. I'm going to put the drum on here and adjust it up, get the wheel back on it, so I can drive Red to work tomorrow. Made arrangements to have a tow truck pick up Whitey and bring it back here to the house so we can put a fuel pump in him. And as always, we'll probably videotape and share that procedure with you. This will probably be the end of this particular video. This will be about day 4 of where this procedure started, of pulling this wheel off, pulling the drum off, and replacing the emergency brake cable here on the driver's side. So with that, we'll let you go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs up. We thank you for watching. Please tune in again. I'm taking a midnight ride here with Red. It's like all systems go. I'm liking it.